Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we answer the tough questions like, can I make an Italian dish inspired by a Roosevelt's flannel? And why did the Italian call his friend to come over? That second one's easy, because he was feeling cannelloni. That's right, we are back with another episode in our Roosevelt's Inspired series, and today I'm wearing Flannley Tucci. This is a flannel in their Borderlands series, and it's inspired by the great Stanley Tucci. And I thought the only thing worthy of Stanley Tucci would be to make an amazing pasta dish. We are going to make a carbonara, but you know me, it's gonna have a twist. We're gonna add some smoke to our guanciale and our cheese. But to get that, first, we gotta find a place in Orlando to get guanciale. Let's go. Located in the Milk District of Orlando is Stasio's Italian Deli and Market. Inside, you will find all kinds of authentic Italian items, everything from staples to prepared foods. But more importantly, they have guanciale. And, of course, they have pasta. Got the guanciale, let's get a good pasta. It's a nice bronze cut pasta. This spaghetti will go perfect to make some awesome carbonara.
Okay.
Now let's go home and make some pasta. Now that we have some guanciale and some real Parmigiano Reggiano, we are going to make a carbonara with smoke. It is not traditional to add smoke to this dish, but you know me, I like to add smoke. What is guanciale? It is basically an Italian cured bacon, kind of, but it's from the jowl of the pig. Very fatty, much fattier than bacon. It has a different taste to it, and we need all of that fat because that's what's gonna build that awesome taste to our sauce. And some real Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. You want the real deal if you can get it. It's just gonna make your dish that much better. Now, it's pretty expensive. It's $21.99 a pound, and this is a little under 2 pounds. Not cheap. This is $16.99 a pound, and it's about 0.6 of a pound. So, expensive. If you wanna go cheaper, use pecorino romano and use bacon. You'll get a pretty good pasta, but it won't be as good. I'm gonna cold smoke this on my Ninja Woodfire. So let's go get the pellet hopper. Grab your hopper and fill it all the way to the top. Give it the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better, separates the pellets and gives it lots of air and makes it burn better, or does absolutely nothing and makes me feel like it burns better. I still do it every time. Now I'm using the cold smoke feature on mine. If yours doesn't have that option, just turn it to the lowest temperature it will go. I think that's like 145 Fahrenheit. When that comes up to temp, we're gonna smoke these for 1 hour. While those are smoking, there's just a couple of things we have to do. This recipe is devilishly simple, but hard to do. It doesn't make any sense, but just the way it is. There's not a lot to it, but you can mess it up really easily. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna toast some peppercorns. Now, I'm gonna take some black peppercorns, and we're just gonna put them over medium heat. The toasting is supposed to just bring out like a nuttiness in the flavor, kind of just make it nice. Whoa, I wasn't using that correctly. Had the canister lined up incorrectly. That's more like it. We're waiting to hear a popping. We don't want to burn them. Smelling peppery. Now that we've heard our popping, we're going to take these off to cool. For this recipe, I am making a 2-serving size pasta. So you need 3 eggs, and you actually want them to be room temp. So we're just going to leave them out while that stuff cold smokes. For my pasta, I am gonna use a spaghetti, and this is a nice Italian spaghetti, bronze cut that I got from the Italian market. I'm gonna show you really easy how to look at them and tell the difference between a nice bronze cut pasta and the cheaper grocery store pasta. First thing you'll notice is it has this like lighter color on it. The other thing, if we get really close and do a macro shot, you'll see it has like these little specks on it and texture compared to the really smooth die cut version of this one. Those little bits are gonna come off in the sauce, make the pasta water a little bit thicker. When you put the pasta in the sauce, it's gonna cling to the sauce better. Just everything about them makes your pasta better. They're much more expensive, but you're gonna get a better result. So we're using real deal bronze cut pasta. Our toasted peppercorns have cooled and we're just gonna put them right back in our grinder. If you don't have a grinder, you can bash them up with a mortar and pestle, or you could crush them with a pan, whatever you want. I'm just gonna stick them back here in this guy. Now, I have wonderful toasted peppercorns I can use anytime I want. We are just about at 1 hour. It's time to go grab our guanciale and cheese. Let's put on our pasta water. We got our pasta water going and these smell fantastic. I love that. It's gonna add that smoky flavor. Time to crack our eggs. We're gonna use 2 whole eggs and 1 yolk. The extra yolk is gonna add an extra creaminess and a richness to this. So we'll just separate our yolk out. Like that, horribly. So we drop it. Now that we have our yolks, now we're gonna take our cheese. We're gonna use a microplane or a fine cheese grater, as fine as you got. This is as fine as mine goes, but this should work. You just don't want big chunks. That's probably about half the cheese. I'm gonna break these eggs up. You wanna make this creamy and smooth. A finer grade of cheese would definitely have been better. I think that'll be okay though. Now we're gonna go on a pretty coarse setting, crack in some of our pepper. You're gonna do that to your taste, how much you like. We're gonna set this aside. It's time to work on our guanciale, which we're gonna cut into thick lardons. I'm gonna use about half of my guanciale. You want them chunky. And you might be saying, that's a lot of fat. It is. We're gonna take our pan, pop it over a medium heat. Just enough to fill the pan. Don't wanna overcrowd it. And then we're just gonna cook this until it renders down and gets nice and brown. Not overly crispy, just a nice render. I think that takes like 10 minutes. We'll find out. Look how much fat is rendering out of this.
When your guanciale looks like this, stop. Get it off the heat. Just stop. I went too far.
These are basically done. I'm gonna turn them off till the pasta's ready. I probably should have started them when I put the pasta in the water, but I wasn't sure they'd cook up this fast. Boy, they cooked up fast. My pasta water is boiling. I'm gonna take a nice big thing of salt. You basically want your water almost as salty as seawater. And for this, I'm gonna use half of my pasta for my 2 servings. And we're gonna start a 10-minute timer for our pasta. My guanciale had a lot of like stuff on it, spices and such. So I'm actually going to strain it. I may have actually overcooked this guanciale. We're gonna bring our egg and cheese mixture back. Still delicious, just crunchy. I think it's supposed to have a little bit more of a chew than crunch, but oh well. Wouldn't be me if I didn't make some slight error. It has been 9 minutes. This pasta says it takes 10. I'll show you a foolproof way to tell if your pasta is done. Grab one. Eat it. If it's done, it's done. It's done. Now, here comes the hard part. You're gonna take your pasta, let it drain a little bit, but not too much. Right into your egg mixture, our guanciale. We're gonna strain this one more time. I'm gonna start with about half, see how we do. I had a lot of guanciale. Now, you just mix, mix, mix. I probably should have had a bigger bowl, but you just wanna keep mixing this until everything turns into a wonderfully smooth sauce. If it's a little thick, you can add more guanciale grease or a little bit of pasta water. But I don't know about you, that looks pretty good. Grab a plate, some pasta. Make sure you get a good amount of guanciale, like so. And as if we didn't have enough, let's pop a little extra cheese on there. And there you go. Carbonara. One of the most important things about this dish is it needs to be eaten like right away. That is really good. I kind of like the crunchy guanciale. Guess you can do it either way, but it's creamy, it's delicious. Oh my God, I love it. That is so good. If you would like to pick up your own Flannley Tucci, I'll throw a link down in the description. Also, if you'd like to know where the Italian market I visited in Orlando is, I'll put a link down for that in the description. I might even do a little YouTube short or a TikTok or something on it, so make sure you are subscribed to all of my social media channels. If you are enjoying this content, please do the likey, subscribe stuff. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. All kinds of benefits. But if you can't, please just subscribe. It would really help me out. I think I made a pasta worthy for Flannley Tucci. I don't know about Stanley Tucci. I think I overcooked the guanciale a little too much. But I guess that only leaves one question to answer. Why did the pasta break up with the water? Because their relationship was a little bit strained. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes. Make pretty good Italian pasta. But one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.
Separate our yolk out. Like that. Horribly. So we drop it